You're watching Money Talk Viewpoint, and I'm Chantel Leeson. Thank you for joining us today. So my special guest today is Don Spafford. You might have mentioned it, but how do they really differ from other types of real estate investments?
Well, sure. So I guess in a way we've kind of already covered that to some degree, but the one thing that for me particularly I like the most about it is that being that we don't have to deal with tenants per se, so we don't have residents. These are again vacation resort campgrounds, so people are making reservations oftentimes a year in advance to come out there and they stay for the week or weekend, however long they're going to stay, and then they unhook and go home. So we're not dealing with evictions and the kind of problems that can come from people that live there a long time to maybe trash the property, create problems. And so we are really providing a great experience, right? We are providing this memories and experiences for people to come and enjoy, and not to deal with those kind of problems. Which for me personally, I like that the most because in the multifamily space, again, or some other types of residential rental properties, the way to increase the income and increase the value is by increasing the rents. Right? So effectively, at times you could be putting somebody at a very hard spot where they have to decide now, do they want to pay a higher rent to stay there, or maybe change their budget, decrease their food budget or something to afford rent, or go try to find someplace cheaper, which may not be as nice. And myself, again, being in real estate as long as I have, my wife is a realtor. We've seen many situations where, yeah, you go to visit some properties and somebody's been living there for, sometimes 20 years, and they like a single mother with kids. And I often think, I don't want to be the one putting her out on the street and with her family or trying to put in that kind of situation. So in this niche, we're not dealing with that. This is disposable income that people are going to go have good time. If something comes up and they, can't afford it, then they just won't do that. It does not affect their living lifestyle, right? Their housing. So for me, that's the biggest difference that I really like a lot. And being that we don't have to deal with evictions, if somebody would, let's say, were to overstay their welcome, instead of going through the court system, which sometimes could take months, depending on the state you're in. For us, it's as simply as calling the local police station to say, hey, we've got somebody trespassing. They need to be removed from the property. So it's very much a very easy process to get people off if needed. But luckily that really doesn't happen. Most people are mindful and respectful that are coming here to enjoy the property and then leave.
Something that's very interesting. I like that point. Because there are different aspects and nuances of different types of real estate that if you don't know it, you don't know it. And until you learn it, you don't know what opportunities you're missing out on. Let me ask you, how many properties do you currently own in your portfolio?
Yeah, so currently we have 6 properties that we own and operate ourselves, a seventh one that we manage. So again, we do purchase and also manage properties. So we can manage other third-party campgrounds as well. That's something we are trying to expand on more as well to bring on more management properties, which obviously puts us in a great position to later purchase those when the time comes. We are looking to grow a lot more this year and then the years to come. Our goal is to hold 100 properties within the next 10 years or less, and that's why we love working with your audience, family offices, and those that can bring the capital that's needed to purchase these properties.
Let me ask you. I'm going to digress a little bit here and go another little area. Let me ask you a question. Now, you're sharing a lot of information about properties, particularly but you're talking specifically about the RV campgrounds. What were you doing before you got into this business?
Yeah, so I spent almost 20 years in I guess we'll say the investment capital markets industry. I worked for a large firm that does back office support for investment advisors. So I spent almost 20 years in that corporate space before coming full-time real estate and being all fully on board with Beyonder Holdings.
What has been your comparison to working in the investment industry and working here? You're more of an owner in this position, in this capacity, am I correct?
Yes, correct. I'm a partner with Beyonder.
Okay. So what has been, by comparison, what has been not only your experience, but the experience in working with clients from one end to the other, and from this end in real estate to working with a financial advisor with clients?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'd say what for me the biggest change was just being more or less, we'll say, working for myself, right? So more or less, we'll say self-employed. So it's relieving that stress of having to work, say, certain hours, certain days, you're requesting time off when needed. I'm pretty much on my own schedule to set and do what I need to do to get done. But just removing that stress of I guess, deadlines and multiple projects needing to get done at the same time. That made a big difference for me, just to relieve that mental stress. But what I do now, of course, most of my days I spend on the phones with investors, talking to people and helping them to, I guess, come to their own realization of where they're trying to head for their own financial goals, what they want to achieve, if they're looking for early retirement, or maybe if they just want to increase their retirement income. So I spend a lot of time just talk to investors of what we can provide and how it can help them achieve those goals, as well as, again, family offices and other groups that are looking for a great place to put capital to get better returns for their investors, or for whoever their clients are. Um, and so for me, yeah, it's just it's a more fun experience. The funny thing is, going years back before I really got involved with all of this with syndications, I'm very much an introvert. It was not an easy thing for me to be on phone calls, or to be on podcasts such as this one. But as I started talking to people, I realized that this kind of thing I enjoy talking about, right? I enjoy talking about finances, investing, and helping people to really change their lives. So it's not just having a typical conversation about politics or the weather or whatever's going on, but this type of thing, yeah, I enjoy talking about, and I love it. It was something I realized very early on, as I was actually talking to another podcast host long ago. I thought, because of my background, a great fit for me would be more doing something with the finance part of it, the underwriting and analysis of the properties, which I still do, but I don't really enjoy it. In talking to him, I realized, what I do enjoy, oddly enough, is talking to people. And so that's the best part of my day that I enjoy doing, is getting on calls and networking with more people to learn how I can help them better.
It's good to hear. It's good that you've learned both sides of the industry. You've learned what it is to be a financial advisor, work with fungible assets, but also in this end where you're more closely tied to the client, but to have a good feeling at the end of the day that you've done something to help people. And my other question is that I'm going to go back to what I had prepared before, but I want to ask you another question. How has it affected clients as far as volatility in the market?
Well, so yeah, there's definitely I'd say overall 2023 was definitely a rough year for us, right? We had set our sights high to purchase at least 8 to 10 properties, raised 25 or more million, which we thought would be a easily achievable goal based off 2022. 2022 we did great. We purchased 4 properties, raised capital with no problem on any of those properties. And then 2023 hit, and it was almost like a completely different environment. Your retail investors were fearful because of this looming recession. A lot of the multifamily assets that people were in were getting foreclosed on. So people were fearful of keeping their money in safe and not losing it, and being some bad situations. And so it definitely became more complicated for sure. This year in 2024, of course, we're just starting off the year. We don't really know what to expect. But even just in this first few weeks, I personally have felt a difference. There's like a change in the environment, I guess, where people are more now at this point kind of maybe past that fear of what could happen from 2023, and are looking to they're sitting on a lot of money. They're looking to deploy. So I just think the calls I've had in the last several weeks here this month have all been very optimistic. People are looking to put money to work pretty quickly. We've got a lot of verbal commitments from some other family offices and private equity groups that have more or less committed a large sum of money for our future deals that are coming up. And I'm having a lot more just calls with investors that are, they sat in the sidelines maybe too long in 2023, and are realizing they may have missed out on good opportunities that we did have that year. And so yeah, I think that this year is going to be a year of change. Again, we don't know what's to come, but yeah, so far we, I guess from the political side of things, we are expecting interest rates to come down some, which helps instill more confidence, I guess, in the markets. And but we are definitely on trend to do great things this year, and we're looking to get into even bigger properties than what we have been doing, because of the confidence level we have with these big check writers, will say, that are looking to deploy a large sum of money and help us do bigger deals and do more things and help our company to grow even more.
And that's why I wanted you at the beginning of the year to kick off our year. Let me ask you, what's the end goal of Beyonder?
Well, so we are, the great thing, a lot of times when people that are in commercial real estate and syndications, I know a lot of people doing a lot of different asset classes across everything real estate. And unfortunately, there are some maybe people or groups that are just in it for the money. They're just trying to do a deal, make some cash, and move on. Well, with Beyonder, we're more than that. Of course, we want to provide that to our investors, but for Beyonder, we are really building a brand. We are not just trying to do a deal here and get done and get out. We are working towards it being a household name in the outdoor hospitality industry. We want to be, I think most people are probably aware of KOA. If you never have stayed there, you've seen them as you drive past places. We want to be synonymous or even exceed that KOA name and recognition to be, again, the household name of people. When people think of we're going to go camping, we're going to go to a Beyonder campground. Let's just go Beyonder. So that's what we are really working on building. We want to be this household name, be completely nationwide with again hundreds of properties. In the U.S. and potentially even internationally as well. So we are definitely striving towards that, and which is why, again, part of what we're doing, we're not just trying to put something out there and bring on investor money and get out. If it goes bad, oh well, right? We want to maintain our integrity, maintain that brand, and be known for the great deals that we can provide for those investors as well.